something in to, I think, remove the entire ship, use the thing, and then I quickly like went all the way towards that direction, which is towards the 500,000, negative 500,000 area, and just quickly just left as fast as possible. So by the time we got here, there was nothing left. But there actually is a few things here. So this was my original attempt at a giant cow farm. It didn't get to see the numbers that I wanted to see before I had to quickly leave it. Sorry, I don't have my headphones plugged in. I didn't realize it would be pretty. And I think it was, yeah, over here. Or just over here. I know something that'll stress the recording out, and then that will definitely happen. Over here was base area kind of thing, where I decided to have a little outpost base over here. I think I have like multiple different things that ended up happening over here. Yeah, because this was the original sort of auto smelter kind of things that you would like go on the ladder and you would crouch and you'd be able to interact with the chests up here, or you can even do it from, I think, on the ground kind of thing. You can just do it from a distance and just do the same thing. And what it would do is it would send it to an individual like a furnace kind of thing, and then what it would do is they would all output, or no, sorry, this, you would do it on the center ones, and then the outer ones you'd send coal. And what would happen is that it would send it over to these two furnaces, and then it would output towards this chest, and then you would have an outputted thing. I was really proud of that design, and yeah, I sort of had to abandon that. So that's pretty much everything there. Alright. And I think that's everything that ended up happening in 1.14. I don't remember where everybody else was nestled at, because I wasn't really too paying attention towards that whole sort of thing. So now we're getting onward to the secondary thing, where I wanted to show you guys something very incredible, and this will probably crash everything, knowing my luck, because we're lagging a lot. But you know what? Who really cares? I feel very ballsy today, so let's go do it. So last session I said that I was going to try and attempt to make a cannon on screen and do it, but I didn't know exactly how to do it. So I went back to a video that I saw that originally had a laser-like system, and I found that there was actually a world download attached to it. So I downloaded the world, and the guy used a bunch of scoreboards to actually end up filling all of these codes. And I was like, well, that's not what I want to do at all, because that's going to be like a lot of work just for a simple cannon. I don't want to do that. So I found out that you can do something similar with guessed fireballs. And I thought, that's incredible. So I decided to sort of just tweak it the way that I wanted it to do, and I somehow came up with this mess. I may have to turn has it been turned off? It has been turned off. I did turn it off. So I came up with this right over here. So if you do not know, this last session of Sercacraft, I did say this, I wanted to create a viable cannon. Now, unfortunately, while the cannon is active, it does do a lot of damage, so it does decide to destroy a lot of things out here. But pretty much here's the gist. So if I were to actually use this is because it's committed to command blocks and not actually command signs, which is what the server will actually end up having, not this design. Don't get me wrong. It will not have this design because it looks actually pretty bad, but it will actually have command signs that do the exact same thing kind of thing. Well, you'll be able to summon them. And if I were to just click this redstone dust right here, wow, I'm actually having perfect frames. What the heck is going on here? As soon as I click this, why aren't you working? Oh, I think I turned you off. Yeah. Oh, it's active. There you go. Oh, OBS can't handle it. It's saying encoding overload. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised. Is there actually something I can do to actually be able to load it? Or can it just not handle it? Okay, I'll just turn it off on my end for the most part. Is it still using GPU? Oh my god, it is! Wow, I have no idea. That's interesting. Okay. I'm actually very, very surprised. Oh my god, that's actually amazing. And if you're seeing this right now, don't worry. It's lagging. Like, it's barely popping in for me as well. So, yeah. That's why I have this turned off for the most part. And the cool thing about it is that I'm going to stop moving here. My hands are off the keyboard. It actually pushes back mobs. And it's very difficult to actually kill someone with the cannon. I kept trying to go from... Oh, we can turn this off now. Yeah, we can turn that off now. I kept trying to be able to get up here. Okay? I kept trying to be able to get up here and jump right on the explosion, and it kept making me like pretend jumping kind of thing. Like, it kept making me like do something like this, where it kept making me jump, and then it would just make me fall to the side and then boot me to the side like nothing else happened. I did it in survival and it kept doing that. I was like, oh, okay, thank you. Okay, let's turn this always active and we'll see if we can recreate that. I did it in survival and it wouldn't kill me at all. It would just keep me alive for some reason. It does a lot because it is repeating it really quickly. Okay, let's go and if we'll do it again. See, I'm hovering over it. Do I have... No, I don't have jump boost on. That's kind of interesting. Then in creative mode, it boosts you higher than anything. See, that's not exactly what happened when I was doing it in survival. Maybe survival has a different sort of condition for that kind of stuff. I don't know. But that's interesting. There you go. So I already have these booted into command signs. This is the way that I spawned them in. And this is the barrel that we will be using to add them onto the Sercacraft server. And I think these were the commands that I used. So I think this one is the... I want to say the left one. So this is exactly what the command I used. So I slash summoned a fireball at the position of where the cannon is actually supposed to be. And I have its explosion power being at, I think, around 10, which I think is very modest. Its motion is to propel it forward at, I think, a reasonable rate, or reasonable thing. And power, because apparently the website also said that you might want to put power on it. So I decided to put power as well, but I didn't decide to make it too big. And then the other one is just pretty much the same thing, except for the thing is different because of the fact that one's on the negatives axis and the other one's on the positive axis. So I decided to just change that. And yeah, this is what happens whenever you go unchecked. It starts ripping itself apart rather than keeping itself together. I think this is the area where I showed off like exactly like the origins of it. I cannot for the life of me find out where the original location where or the original file where I got this from. I'm still looking for it because it's bothering me. But I'll definitely find it. So yeah, so we don't have to worry about that. I already have it saved on one of my hotbars. I think it's under 3 or 2, something like that. We'll find out. I think it might be under 3. 3. Yep, it's under 3. So I have that saved already. So pretty much, let's make sure that So it's like Control 3, I think, or what is it? It's X3. It's X3. That's right. It's X3. It's not actually anything. So I think I have it so it's actually being like this. So pretty much you can go from there you go, and you right click the sign, and pretty much I tried to make sure that it is as perfect that it's hitting from this block or the center of this block as much as possible. And the way that I actually achieved that, because if you go with a straight number like 1, 2, or 3 kind of thing, it doesn't look like it's hitting that block. It looks like it's hitting just above it. But if we were to go and look at the code, oh, these are old ones. No, that's the old one. No, where's the new one? Where's the new one? It should be here then. Yeah. So you see, I have it as 2.5. Because if we were to look at it in third person, you would see that it would actually end up hitting the center of the block here. I was able to look at this during creative mode when I changed the command blocks up here to actually be that. It actually, it's still slightly above, like it's like about here-ish, but it looks a lot more center, which is pretty much what I wanted it to be in the first place. So I decided that, you know what, that's enough. That's more than what I wanted it to happen, so yeah. So now to turn on the Sercacraft server. And we'll see if it's just something weird going on here. Because even here I'm fine with... Well, now my CPU is going to be intensive because it's trying to boot up the server, so... Look at that, it took 7 seconds. Dang, dude. Yeah, you'll always see this. I was having fun testing around with colors. Okay. So I think last time we did say that we were going to try something. So I'm going to go and... Yeah, the person that wants the Gilded Blackstone is going to try and come by. I think it was next week because he doesn't have enough of a chance to actually come online to be able to pass through it. So we're going to go X3. I've already paid my dues for it, so we're all good in the hood. So yeah, we're all good. So it's already been paid for. I just needed to actually go and build it. Just need to go build the command. That's it. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, in Sercacraft, we're allowed to actually have command signs in the server. That's not the rulebook. Thought it was. I think it's a Razabase that have both of them on display. So if we go over to here, we're allowed to buy them for 24 emerald blocks. I've already paid for this. I had a bunch of emerald lying around somewhere, or in my... What did I call it? I call it a wallet box? No, where is it? Right here. In my Zawality, yeah, that's what I named it. A bunch of these, I had a bunch of blocks of emerald there, so I decided to just go buy 2 of them and called it a day. Now the thing is that I need to make sure that these are in the right area, I think. Ho ho ho. Ho ho ho. Yo, that's amazing. Oh my god, that's 2 fireballs, by the way. That's 2 of them. That's a lot of destruction. And if you saw for the other world, it can't chunk a 5x5 area, or 5x5, I think, or a 5 block thick area if it constantly regenerates. But it can chunk through that thing like nothing. I think I originally had it at I think 50 blocks thick, I think, and it barely even dented it. And I was actually very, very surprised. Now I'm trying to remember everything else that I think I think I kept messing up the area where it would actually be able to mess up the redstone blocks kind of thing, and it was really weird. So what I was doing is that I had the redstone kind of contained in a I'm not going to actually use the blocks, but I'm actually just going to show off what I did. So pretty much what I ended up doing was that I covered the redstone with like a cone shape like this. Sort of like a pipeline kind of thing. And I had it like this, where the redstone inside was actually repeaters. And it would actually go all the way throughout where the command, or where my button was to actually like start it up. So I could actually see it chunking through a giant chunk of dirt kind of thing, because I wanted to see it in full, like, full value kind of thing. I wanted to see it in action. And, yeah, it kept replacing the redstone blocks inside. Like the redstone, like repeaters and stuff. It would change them into fire, and I was really confused, and I didn't understand how that was possible. Oh, and another reason why I wanted it to be here, so for some reason I got the Y coordinates wrong for the thing, because I kept thinking that